intercostal arteries are coming from? The anterior intercostal arteries, it was coming from where? It was coming from internal thoracic artery. How many? We have 2 in each space. We have pair of anterior intercostal arteries in each space. So where they are coming from? The first pair from internal thoracic, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So here we have the first 6 pairs, they are coming from internal thoracic artery. Sorry, that's okay. Maybe it just notes, yes, hallucination, it's okay. So this from the first to 6. After 6 we have 7, 8, 9 pairs. All of them, they are coming from musculophrenic. So from 1 up to 6, so this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this 7, 8, and 9 pairs. All of them are coming from internal thoracic and musculophrenic. What about the remainings? We don't have remainings. We don't have in the 10th space, 11th space, subcostal, anterior intercostal arteries, we don't have. Why? In this case, the posterior, it will be enough. Because now we will say, where is the posterior they are coming from? All of the posterior intercostal arteries now, they are coming from aorta, except the first 2. Let's see how. If this aorta, so this, it will be aorta, descending aorta. It gives what? It gives all of the posterior intercostal arteries from 3 up to 12. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All of them, they will be coming from aorta. Where is the first 2?
Supreme.
From supreme intercostal, which comes from costocervical trunk, which comes from subclavian. Very good. Very good. So here it will be the first and second. They are coming from costocervical trunk, which comes from subclavian. Subclavian on the left side, it will be coming directly from aorta, but on the right side, it is coming from brachiocephalic trunk. Brachiocephalic, which gives common carotid and subclavian. It's okay? So this only, which we called it supreme intercostal, this segment only. This artery, we called it supreme intercostal. It was branched from where? From costocervical trunk, intercostal. And it gives only the first and second. But starting from third, all of this, it comes from aorta. So these are the intercostal arteries, anterior and posterior. What about the veins? Should be copy-paste. Okay, yes, let's draw it together with arteries. So here we should draw the veins. How many intercostal veins? Again, we have pairs of anterior intercostal veins in each space. From where to where? From the first to the sixth, they are coming from internal thoracic vein. Then from 7th to 9th, they are coming from musculophrenic vein. But actually, now we don't have a pure one cord. We call it musculophrenic. And also, no one cord, we call it internal thoracic, unless it will be at the end. Why? Because it was like this. We have 2 vena comitants. Vena comitants, which means 2 veins running with musculophrenic artery. Then 2 veins running with internal thoracic artery. Then they unite to the internal thoracic vein. So this we call them 2 vena comitants of internal thoracic artery. But it's vein, yes, but that's why we say 2 vena comitants of artery. We are the running veins with the arteries. Okay, same here. The 2 vena comitants of internal thoracic artery. And here it will be internal thoracic vein directly. Okay, so this 2 vena comitants of musculophrenic, 2 vena comitants of internal thoracic, and this now it will be internal thoracic itself. Okay, from the 2 vena comitants of musculophrenic artery, they are giving what? They are giving the 9th pair, the 8th pair, the 7th pair. And from the 2 vena comitants of internal thoracic, we have the 6th, 5, and 4. Then from internal thoracic vein, we have first, second, and third. So you can say 3, 3, and 3 like this. Divide them 3, 3, 3. So the last 3, they are coming from the 2 vena comitants of musculophrenic artery. And then the middle 3 veins, they are coming from the 2 vena comitants of internal thoracic, and the first 3 veins, they are coming from internal thoracic vein itself. Same, copy-paste like arteries, but the difference will be going to where. Okay? Then what about the posterior? The posterior intercostal veins, they're supposed to be the same like this. They are, yes, like this, but of course they are not coming from aorta, they are veins. So how they go? Yes, they are forming a zygos, and the superior and the inferior hemizygos. How? They will be like this. We said we have 12. How they drain? This internal jugular and subclavian, they unite to form brachiocephalic. Brachiocephalic with brachiocephalic forming superior vena cava, and this inferior vena cava. So again, this internal jugular vein, it unites with subclavian vein to form brachiocephalic vein. Brachiocephalic with brachiocephalic, they unite to form superior vena cava and this inferior vena cava. So we have something directly connect between both, which is azygos. This will be azygos. So let's see where is the posterior intercostal veins. How they drain? The first one on the right side, it goes to brachiocephalic. Second, third, and fourth, they unite and go to azygos. Second, third, and fourth. And they are called this vein now left, or now it will be right. Right superior intercostal vein. Then, starting from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all of them, they are going directly to azygos. What about on the left side? Again, first it goes to brachiocephalic. Second, third, and fourth also unite. And now it goes to brachiocephalic. Still brachiocephalic. And now we call them what? Instead of right, it will be left. Left superior intercostal vein. Then 5, 6, 7, and 8 forming superior hemiazygos, or we called it accessory azygos. Then 9, 10, 11, 12, they unite to form inferior hemiazygos, or we called it hemiazygos. Very good. So this will be accessory azygos and this hemiazygos. They are on the left side, but on the right side they are forming what's called azygos. So this which is supposed to run with the arteries, with these ones. So these arteries and these veins, they are like this. Okay, so arteries running like this together with veins, but the difference will be arteries are coming from where and the veins are going to where. Really, is it clear? So all of these will be the intercostal arteries and veins anteriorly, and the intercostal arteries and veins posteriorly, and we already talked about the intercostal nerves. So now we finished everything in the intercostal space. It's okay?
What
Yes.
about the collateral?
Collateral branches, these are from the nerve, not from the artery. Yes, collateral branch to be branched from the nerve to supply the muscles. We call it collateral, which means parallel. Collateral, which means each nerve, it gives collateral branch to run parallel with it. Yes, if you're talking about the posterior intercostal arteries, yes, it gives also collateral branches, these ones. Each posterior intercostal artery, it gives collateral, like this. Same here. Collateral, which means parallel to the artery. Why? To close the anastomosis with the anterior pairs. Because you said here we have pairs of arteries, and from posteriorly we have just one. So each one, it gives collateral branch. Collateral branch to supply what? Or to anastomose with the anterior intercostal pairs. Really, is it clear? So if you look to the space now, in this diagram, if you look to the spaces, you can find in each space, you have pair of anterior intercostal arteries and only one posterior intercostal artery, but it gives collateral. Why? To close the anastomosis now. Really, is it clear? What do you need to ask about? Really? Okay, very good. So all of these will be the intercostal arteries, veins, and muscles, and everything in this space. Okay? Second topic. Parts of mediastinum, borders, and structures of superior mediastinum. And again, parts of mediastinum, borders, and structures of posterior mediastinum. So whatever topic 1, or topic 3, or topic 2, you have to talk about everything in the mediastinum. So don't care at all about what the topic says. You have to describe all mediastinum from A to Z. Okay? Regardless, it needs only superior or posterior or whatever. No, we don't care. So let's talk about the mediastinum. What is mediastinum? How to start talking about this? How to define the mediastinum?
Space.
Space, excellent. Mediastinum is a space, the space between the two pleural cavities. Formed by what? By the endothoracic fissure. What's the name of this? This is our thoracic cage. Try to imagine with me. This will be the thoracic cage, like this. And here we have the lungs, and in the middle we have the heart. So what happens if this is the heart in the middle like this, and here we have the lungs? So the endothoracic fissure, it will be lining all of the thoracic wall like this, and even the diaphragm like this, then it goes upwards, where just it takes the pleura and the lungs and the sides and keep this space empty, which is a space containing the heart. So all of this space, which we called it mediastinum. So if I told you, please describe for me the boundaries of this mediastinum, because he said the borders. Where is borders of mediastinum? Anteriorly, what you have? Sternum, excellent. Posteriorly, what you have?
Thoracic.
All of the thoracic vertebra, the 12 thoracic vertebra. On each side, what you have? Pleura and the lungs inside. Very good. And what will be the superior?
Thoracic.
Plane of the thoracic inlet itself, the entrance of this cage. Plane of the thoracic inlet, which is between menoprium sterni and the upper border of T1. And what will be the floor? Diaphragm. Very good. Diaphragm. Really, is it clear? So again, now you are in the middle aspect of the thoracic cage. The area which is directly behind the sternum. This area. The area which is directly behind the sternum. So again, the boundaries is sternum anteriorly, all of the thoracic vertebra posteriorly. On each side now you have the pleura and the lung, and in the middle we have the heart. Superiorly you have the thoracic inlet, inferiorly you have the diaphragm. Then dissected. This mediastinum we will subdivide it to superior mediastinum and inferior. Then inferior subdivided to anterior, middle, and posterior. How? Let me show you from here. So this, it will be superior mediastinum. Do you see? We have the nodes?
No.
Yes. Okay. So look at here. This, it will be the mediastinum. So how to talk about it? It's divided to superior mediastinum and inferior mediastinum. So inferior mediastinum itself, it will be subdivided to anterior, middle, and posterior. Which your landmark for subdivision? The heart. So the heart, it will be the heart and the pericardium, it will be the middle. So anything between the heart and the sternum, anterior mediastinum. Anything between the heart and the thoracic vertebra, it will be posterior mediastinum. Anything above the heart, it will be superior mediastinum. So let's talk about one by one. Superior mediastinum. What will be the boundaries? Above, we have the plane of the thoracic inlet. Downwards, we have the plane of the sternal angle. What is sternal angle? We have a plane, it comes from the sternal angle, the area of sternomanubrial joint, up to the disc between T4 and T5. The disc between T4 and T5. So this will be the superior mediastinum. And what will be the boundaries of anterior? Between the pericardium up to the sternum. And above you have the plane of the sternal angle, down you have the diaphragm. What will be the boundaries of posterior? Between the pericardium and T5 to T12. And above you have the plane of the sternal angle, down you have the diaphragm. Okay, let's talk about the contents of each. Superior, what it has, anterior, what it has, middle, what it has, posterior, what it has. So superior, it has what? It's divided to 5 spaces. It's divided to 5 spaces. What they are? In order from posterior to anterior, we call them here, the most posterior layer, we call it pre-vertebral layer. Pre-vertebral layer. Then we have tubal layer. Then we have arterial layer, venous layer, retrosternal layer. So again, here we have pre-vertebral, this will be tubal, then we have arterial, then we have venous, then we have retrosternal layer. Let's see each layer, what it has. So pre-vertebral layer, what it has? It has ligament, we called it anterior longitudinal ligament, and 2 muscles, we call them longus colli muscle. What is anterior longitudinal ligament? Actually, it will be ligament starting from C1 up to the coccyx. Ligament which is lining completely all of our vertebral column. So of course it will be here in the most posterior aspect of the superior mediastinum. And what else? On each side of this ligament we have 2 longitudinal muscles. We call them longus colli muscle, muscles of the neck. Okay. In front of this layer you have the tubal layer. Why we call it tubal? Here we have trachea and esophagus. Here we have the trachea and esophagus. But don't mention trachea and esophagus and stop. Trachea, esophagus, then they are surrounded by right and left recurrent laryngeal nerve, and also we have right and left vagus, right and left phrenic, right and left sympathetic chain, thoracic duct, they are here in this area. The lymph nodes, the pre-laryngeal and pre-tracheal lymph nodes, they will be in this layer as well. Then we have arterial layer. Which arteries? It will be in the superior mediastinum. It will be the arteries which was coming out from arch aorta. Why not arch itself? Arch, it will be like somehow in the superior mediastinum and also to be in the middle, but you can consider it completely in the superior mediastinum. So again, the arch with its branches, which means arch of aorta, right brachiocephalic, and from the right brachiocephalic we have right subclavian and right common carotid, but on the left side directly we have left common carotid and left subclavian. Okay, then what we have?
Right subclavian, is it in the superior mediastinum?
The remaining parts. Now it will be, look at here, yes, I know this. That's why I was going to say, to draw it. Because somehow it's confusing. If this, the sternum from anteriorly, this is meropium sternum, and this is a body, and this is a foid process. And this now, it will be the thoracic vertebra. So this T1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, up to 12. Okay, so where is the plane of the thoracic inlet? It will be this. Plane of the sternal angle, it will be this, between 4 and 5. So this will be superior mediastinum. And here we have the middle mediastinum, the area which contains the heart. And this will be anterior and this will be posterior. So regarding the arteries, to never forget this, because I know somehow it's confusing. Always draw this, or at least make this drawing, copy paste in your mind. So it will be like this. So can you see? It means that ascending aorta, it will be in middle mediastinum. Arch of aorta, it will be in superior mediastinum. And descending thoracic aorta, it will be in posterior mediastinum. Very good. So what about the branches? Here we have the brachiocephalic, and here we have left common carotid and left subclavian. So from brachiocephalic we have right common carotid and right subclavian. So can you see? If you want to say which are the structures running inside the superior mediastinum, so what can you say? You say brachiocephalic trunk on the right side, and you can see the beginning only of the right subclavian and right common carotid. Yes, because the continuation of them, it will be in the neck. They are now structures in the neck. That's why even they were structures in hidden neck. They are in the, not in the thorax. But here, left common carotid and left subclavian. Thank you so much. Thank you. So here we have the left common carotid and left subclavian. Where they are coming from? Now they are pure inside the superior mediastinum, and they continuous to the neck. It's okay, they continuous to the neck. But ascending aorta only in middle mediastinum. Arch of aorta, superior mediastinum. Descending aorta, posterior mediastinum. So can you see? It's very important to know this. Same for veins. When we say superior, the subclavian vein together with internal jugular vein, they unite to form brachiocephalic. So brachiocephalic and brachiocephalic, they are in the superior mediastinum. And what about superior vena cava? It will be part in the superior mediastinum, part in the yes. Why? Because it goes to the heart. Because it goes to the heart. So upper half it will be in the superior, lower half of superior vena cava it will be in the middle. It's okay. So it needs imagination exactly to understand where I am. Where I am. That's why we make these lines. Okay. So this will be. We said here we have the prevertebral layer, which is formed by the anterior longitudinal ligament and the two longus colli muscle. Then we have the tubal layer, which has trachea and esophagus. Then we have arterial layer. Then we have venous layer. Then we have the retrosternal layer. Retrosternal layer, what it has remnants of thymus gland. Remnants of thymus gland. And the origin of what these muscles? The infrahyoid muscles. You remember sternohyoid, sternothyroid, omohyoid. They are running in this area. They are running in this area. Really, is it clear? So these are the structures of superior mediastinum. Let's talk about this anterior mediastinum. What it has?
And the veins is just brachiocephalic.
Yes, right and left brachiocephalic vein, and they unite to form the upper part of superior vena cava. So it will be like this: right and left brachiocephalic vein and the upper part of superior vena cava. Why? Because the lower part it will be in the middle. It will be in the middle. Okay. What about the anterior mediastinum? What it has? Here we have two ligaments. We call them superior and inferior sternopericardial ligaments. Superior and inferior sternopericardial ligaments. And still we have remnants of thymus gland. Remnants of thymus glands. Okay. What are the contents here in the posterior mediastinum? You already have one, which is yes, descending aorta. What else? What was here? Trachea and esophagus. Trachea where it stops? At the level of T4. Trachea it stops here at the level of T4 to give right and left main bronchus. So which is remaining to you? Esophagus. Esophagus has to run all the way long till it reaches the abdomen. So it will be here in the posterior mediastinum. So we have descending aorta, we have esophagus, we have vagus nerves, we have the sympathetic chain, we have the thoracic duct, we have azygos and the superior and the inferior hemazygous veins. All of this will be here in the posterior mediastinum.
The recurrent laryngeal?
Recurrent laryngeal nerve, it's not here. Recurrent laryngeal nerve will be here.
Okay.
Why?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
recurrent laryngeal nerve on the right side, actually it will be in the neck because it was curving around subclavian. On the left side, it curves around arch of aorta, so it stops here. But vagus itself will be here. What was your question? Really? Yes. Phrenic also, yes, it's here.
The sympathetic chain, it's going to be here.
Yes, also in the posterior layer. You know what the name of posterior mediastinum? Which means that the cadaver when you remove all of the organs from it. So remember what was in the cadaver in this diagram. Do you remember this view? Do you remember the cadavers which was no lung, no heart, no anything? So what you see? You see aorta, you see esophagus, you see the two sympathetic chain, the thoracic duct, the nerves. All of this now, they stay behind because they were already in the posterior mediastinum. So now what will be the structures in the middle? Pericardium and the heart. And the heart, describe it completely again, we will talk about it of course, and see the arches which are coming from the heart, which means pulmonary trunk, for example, it will be in the middle. Ascending aorta, we said it will be in the middle. The lower half of superior vena cava, it will be in the middle. The upper part of inferior vena cava, it will be in the middle. So everything enters or exits from the heart, it will be here, in the middle mediastinum. It will be in the middle mediastinum. Really, is it clear? So that's regarding topic 2 and 3. So wherever again you have topic 2 or 3, you have to say yourself.
The phrenic is in the posterior.
Yes, also in the most posterior.